Hi everyone. I haven't really done a video like this before, but I thought I'd go over some of my initial thoughts on the newly revealed job changes for Dawntrail. And because I kind of specialized in physical range, I thought I'd just go through those ones and see what we think. There's a few interesting changes. This one will be for Bard, obviously. Uh, Thanks to Gamer Escape for all the images. They've posted them on there. I'll leave a link in the description for it. But yeah, I'll have a quick go through these. I have already looked at them somewhat. But for Bard, it doesn't seem like there's going to be too many changes. So looking early on here, we got Wide Volley. It used to be a skill back in Heavenswood. It's a nice early replacement for Shadow Bite. So, if you're doing an early dungeon, you're going to have that instead of nothing. In terms of songs, they're pretty much the same, but instead of doing any amount of damage, they just give the buffs to the party, and they also have a chance to trigger repertoire as you use them. So you can get one more extra repertoire poke if you're lucky. In terms of anything else, we got Bloodletter over here. Thankfully, it's been buffed slightly in potency early on. It used to be pretty much tied with Reign of Death. It was only 110. So that's gone up, which is nice. What else is there? Let's have a look. Battle Voice is exactly the same. So Barrage. I misread this at first. I thought it was originally going to just give you like a big damage off global cooldown. But now it just seems like it's exactly the same, but it gives you Resident Arrow Ready. I just completely misread it. So, yeah, Resident Arrow Ready, which is this new skill over here, 96. It's the 600 potency AoE. Seems pretty strong. What else we got here? Reign of Death is still the same. And Jaws still there. Amazingly, we still kept our dots. The dots are the same potency as far as I can see. So nothing changes there. Be, what, 45 seconds still? Yep, 45-second dots. Don's by. Oh yeah, so there's this new buff called Hawk's-Eye on a lot of these skills. Hawk's-Eye is pretty much just the buff that you would have gotten already for Refulgent Arrow Ready or Shadow Bite Ready. Same sort of thing. They've just like homogenized it into one thing, so it's a bit easy to remember. Like Burst Shot already gives it, and Don's Bite already. Blast Arrow is still the same. Comes from Apex Arrow. Right, Radiant Finale. So at level 100, yeah, I've got the other thing open here actually. Get a trait, level 100. Radiant Encore Ready. And at level 100, Radiant Encore is a big AoE damage spell. It's based on the amount of coda you have. So, for example, in the opener, you'll be using it with one coda. Means it'll be a lot weaker than the reopener at 2 minutes. So if you're going to be using a potion during a fight, potions will be best at 2 minutes for sure. Because you'll have 3 coda for your Radiant Encore. You'll have a full Apex and Blast Arrow ready to go. And yeah, Bard is definitely just going to be a lot better off with the potion at 2 minutes now. Other than that, there isn't too much different with Bard. Heartbreak Shot is a big upgrade to Bloodletter. It's just a straight up upgrade. It's a replacement. Reign of Death obviously still the same, so change there. Oh yeah, on the traits, I did notice this. The traits on it won't matter too much because obviously everyone will be leveling, but Ranged Mastery here, it says it's increasing the potency of Refulgent to 280 and Burst Shot to 220. That's the current potencies of those skills, so they're actually just reducing the potencies of those on release, I assume, and then once you get to level 94, they will go up to those two. I assume Burst Shot's going to be maybe 190, 200, and Refulgent Arrow is like probably 250. Yeah, Enhanced Barrage obviously gives you the Resin Arrow ready. This is the other one, Enhanced Troubadour. So this is a pretty big deal. So Troubadour, this is the same with Tactician and Samba as well. Those are going to be going up to 15% damage reduction. Same cooldown, 90 seconds. But that's pretty big. Like, that's a lot of damage reduction there. Like, considering melee, for example, might only get Feint and, Adlon casters as well. It's a really big deal. Like, ranged mitigation is going to be really... Like, that's a big cooldown, basically. Like, you want to be using that on the big AoEs, multi-hitting, multi-stacks, everything like that. And, oh yeah, the only other thing I think is Enhanced Second Wind, which is, yeah, it just applies to every class that has Second Wind, so all melee's all ranged. And yeah, it's just going up to 800 potency. Second Wind already was obviously a really good skill. Heals you for about 15-20% of your health if it crit. Now it'll probably be about 20% of your health in general. So yeah, it's a big change. It was 500 potency before. Yeah, make sure you're using that Second Wind, honestly. What else is there? think that's actually about it. Nature's Min is still the same. That's the other thing I was going to say. Yeah, but otherwise, in terms of rotation, Bard will be kind of the same. Like, it's for a lot of classes in Dawntrail, it seems like it's going to be very similar rotations, but with like a few extra big skills thrown in there. So, you know, with Barrage, for example, you'll immediately have Resonant Arrow ready. So you press Barrage, you'll press your Propulsion Arrow if you want to, and then it will be probably Resonant Arrow. How long does this buff last? Actually, 30 seconds. Yeah, so you can do these two at any point during your burst as long as they're in there. It'll probably be something like Barrage. You know, you'll have Radiant Finale up and Battle Voice. You'll press Barrage. You'll do the Barrage, and then it'll be like follow up with Resonant Arrow, follow up with Radiant Encore, depending on your Apex Arrow gauge at the time. So, you know, because sometimes, at least for me, when I go into burst, I'm only at say like 90 gauge. So if it hasn't filled up by then, I can easily just wait for that to fill and use these two skills first, basically. But no, yeah, key point is going to be using potion at 2 minutes. Otherwise, yeah, Bard is essentially the same. If you've already been playing Bard in raids, it will be very similar. Just more damage, which is nice for Bard. Honestly, it's nice to see Bard to get skills that have higher than like 300 potency damage. You know, we got Blast Arrow like drip fed to us after Shadowbringers. But yeah, keep an eye on Bard. I think it's gonna be really good. But yeah, like if you enjoyed this sort of video, like let me know. I really want to make. I really enjoy making the dungeon videos, but I really also want to make other stuff, and like I don't really know what to go for. So these kind of things, which you know, I've played a lot of the games, so I'm pretty well versed in raiding it. So if you guys want to see things like this, like let me know. If you like the video, let me know. If you have any other opinions about Bard, also let me know in the comments. And yeah, hope you have a good day, guys. See you later.